So this is my 1994 Honda TRX 90, and I just took off the plastics, and I want to show you what 28 years of dirt buildup looks like. That's ridiculous. Never been cleaned. You can see how dirty it is. There's a couple things. I took the plastics off because I got to put a new throttle cable on here anyways, and I got to clean the carbs, so just gonna do those couple things. Need to put a new gasket in here and the seal that goes around here because it broke. So I got to do that, and I'm probably just gonna end up cleaning this whole frame. This dirt is terrible. Wow. I guarantee this has never been cleaned before. And I've had this machine for almost 10 years now. And I have never taken the plastics off. I've never even messed with it really because I was younger back then and I didn't know how to do anything with machines. So I just left it. And my dad did everything to it, which I think when we got this thing, it just needed, I think the carb just needed messed with. I think my dad just cleaned it and fired up and just been riding it since. But yeah, now I do my own thing, so I'm tearing it apart. I want to clean it all up and make this thing look brand new. Well, that's my plan at least. You can look at the plastics on here too. See all that dirt build up. That's crazy. So much buildup on there. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna wash that pretty good. You can even see on the back plastic how dirty it is in some spots. Like, that's terrible. But yeah, I'm gonna clean it all up and throw it back together. This thing runs pretty good, but it started sputtering, so I'm gonna give it a carb clean. It hasn't had one in probably like, I don't know, I want to say maybe like 9, 8 years, maybe. I don't know. I mean, these TRX 90s are some of the best quads or youth quads you could honestly get, in my opinion. We've had this thing for years, and even though it's a 94, I've never had to do anything to it, involving the motor at least. I know we replaced the wheel bearing just because, I mean, it's been ridden so much and it's been pretty beat. But yeah, one wheel bearing, we put new tires on it because the old ones got dry rotted. And there's a newer chain on it. That's actually a pretty old chain though, but I think that's the second chain on it because the first one was the original one and that got wore out. But these things are just tanks. I can't tell you how many times I've had to pull other machines with this because I don't have a utility quad. But this thing, it's never let me down. Like, this ratchet strap has been on here for like years, and I've always used it to pull other machines because the first gear in this thing is so low. Like, you can literally just do whatever you need to do. It's so fun. The little 4-speed semi-auto trans is so nice. So fun. It's got good amount of power. I mean, I ride it and I'm like 140 pounds ish. Yeah, it pulls me around like nothing. I love this little quad. I have so many clips of riding this thing and so many pictures of it. And yeah, in terms of youth quads, it's probably the best one in my opinion, because all the other ones, like the new Polarises, they're all just automatics, and they're so boring. I don't know how kids can ride those. Even like the Raptor 90s and the Quad Sport 90s, like they're so boring. The LT80s though, the Suzukis, those LT80s are so fun. I had one, and it's just so fun. I love those little things, but I sold mine, but I still have this thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna clean this thing all up and then throw it back together and hope it looks good as new, runs good as new. I mean, it's not gonna change how it runs. It still runs great. You can't kill these things. Like, no matter how hard you try, I don't think you can kill that engine. It's like indestructible. We ran this thing with like 10-year-old oil in it, never changed. And I just changed it sometime last year. It's never had an issue. These things are absolutely crazy. But if you're looking to get your kid a youth quad, get a Honda TRX 90. The older ones will never die. The newer ones, they're fine, but they have electric start, and so they have a battery. So if you leave it sit, then you're going to kill the battery in it. But literally, they're the same the whole way around. Just the only difference is the electric start with the new ones. That's it. And the plastics. That's the only difference. But yeah, these things are great quads.